Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talking, real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and the Donovan. Cause that's what's that? Let's get ready. Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talking, real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and the Donovan. Cause that's what's that? Let's get ready. Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talking, real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and the Donovan. Cause that's what's that? Let's get ready. Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talking, real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and the Donovan. Cause that's what's that? Let's get ready. Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talking, real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and the Donovan. Cause that's what's that? Let's get ready. to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talk and real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and Donovan, cause that's what's that? Let's get ready. Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talk and real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and Donovan, cause that's what's that? Let's get ready. Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talk and real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and Donovan, cause that's what's that? Let's get ready. Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talk and real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and Donovan, cause that's what's that? Let's get ready. Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat. With everything going on in this nation, we need some information, and that's why salt need to be stationed in your rotation. With real talk and real topics, real people, real problems. Think we need some help to solve them, and leave it up to Colin and Donovan, cause that's
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Salt the Streets podcast, the most pro-America, anti-government show you know. the show where we discuss culture, news, government, and how it all pertains to you, the individual, and your natural rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I am once again joined by my all-star co-host. I'm just trying to come up with new names every time, but you know him, you love him. His name is Donovan. What up, dude?
That is right. I am here. Thank you very much for having me, sir.
Date and time. I'm not going to forget this time.
No, that is all right. Today is November 12th, 2022, 12:08 p.m., episode 130 motherfucking 7.
Look, you can see it. We put it in the shot today. I keep looking over my camera, and it feels like it's not even looking at me. It's a weird deal.
It is. It's just staring you right in your face.
Well, I mean, it looks like it's going that way.
Oh.
It's kind of freaking me out.
I know.
But also, technology is weird.
Yeah.
So we've got, what do we got? What are we talking today, man? What do we got going on?
We have some local stories or something, going on in the beginning. There's not a whole lot going on here, so we got a little bit of stuff in the beginning. We have we're going to talk about the midterms.
Woo!
And part 3? Is that what we decided?
That's what we decided,
yeah.
Yep.
So midterms and part 3, we're doing this all in different orders today. Part 2, we're going to be going over an investigation released by The Intercept 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, something to that effect, that has to do with the collusion, the open collusion and hidden collusion between the federal government and social media that we have all been talking about specifically and especially on this show for quite some time. So we're going to read maybe the whole article, a good majority of it, because that's the best way to go through it and just kind of stop at certain points and
I think that would be
break
great.
that down. So
it's a great article.
Yeah, so we will read through that article from The Intercept. It is a fantastic article. It is huge. It's a report, right? That's what I call it. It's huge.
Investigative journalism is not dead.
But yeah, that's right. And in part 3, like I said, we have midterms. We're going to talk about all aspects of it, the local midterms, national, what we know so far, the results, the implications, and then we're going to kind of go over how we got here, the things that happened, the things that didn't happen. I got a whole list of essentially just kind of questions to just lead us through the topic. So,
fantastic.
So that is kind of how we will operate that. Part 4 of the grab bag. Obviously, we have lots of different stuff going on. We had some tech layoffs. We're talking about Elon buying Twitter. We have that. I want to talk about sports betting, because sports betting was one of the things that was on the midterms, and a couple of states declined sports betting in their states.
Those bitches.
I found very interesting. When I brought it up to Jordan, she said, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Can we sports bet here in the state?
At the casinos, you can. But that's all.
I thought this was America.
You have to be in a casino, and then you can place a bet in the casino. But you can't use DraftKings here or any of that type of shit. And last year for the Bennett League, for the work league, we switched over to Sleeper because Ryan, the commissioner, got an email from Sleeper that said $300 for your league if you switch to Sleeper. And so we're like, well, we'll do that, and we'll just double the prize money, and whoever wins will just get $200 instead of $100.
Fuck yeah.
Brian won, couldn't claim it because you can't gamble on sports in Washington. So he wasn't allowed to claim the $100 because you can't gamble on sports here.
That's fucking stupid.
Doesn't make any sense.
I fucking hate
so
this.
I'm interested in talking about that.
Me too.
A little bit, and I'm sure we have some other things that are going on here.
Amnesty.
Amnesty.
COVID
yes,
amnesty.
Thank you. COVID amnesty. Yeah, there's an article there, so we'll go over that article, talk about how stupid that woman is, how stupid that entire idea is that you would be able to do. There is a certain argument to be made, similar, I think, to what we did here, right? Where when we kind of ate crow, we're talking about Dr. Crystal, and we're like, listen, in the beginning, we said some shit that turned out to be incorrect, but we weren't doing it with malice. We weren't doing it with vitriol or any of this type of shit, right? We were being as honest as we knew at the time. And the moment that we realized we were wrong, we fucking ate crow and we walked back on it.
Yep.
There's a difference between that, when you realize you are wrong, apologizing and making reparations for that, because I want to talk to her in person, and then I did the video on here, and then I talked to her again in person. So that whole deal is closed, right? Yep. There's a difference between...
It's a closed loop.
Yes. Difference between that and saying, some people said some shit they maybe didn't mean, and so let's just kind of forget, and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Those are two completely different things.
Yeah, don't work like that. Don't work like that. If we have time, I have an interesting story that Greenpeace did an investigation on about the legitimacy of recycling plastics in the modern world these days.
Good.
It's all just bullshit at this point, and it's not real.
It's what,
so
10%
it's super
or
crazy.
some shit like that. Yeah,
like 5.
Horrific.
It's wild.
Horrific.
It's fucking wild. So if we have time, we'll throw that in the grab bag
Yeah,
too.
we got a lot of great stuff going on here. So before we get into all that type of stuff, I want to remind everyone, thank you all for being here. YouTube.com/saltofthestreets. We also have our Instagram.com/saltofthestreets. We have Deborah, Bilbo.
Hey-o.
Hello. Thank you guys very much for joining us.
Hey, yeah.
YouTube.com/saltofthestreets. Instagram.com/saltofthestreets. You can find all this at saltofthestreets.com, including our own personal social media. I am at Salt of the Street on Twitter and at alpaca_Donovan on Instagram. Colin is at Big Bird Offie on both those things. Also, patreon.com/saltofthestreets. Go there, subscribe. Sign up. Help us make more, better content just like this. We have the newsletters, the book club that Deborah's taking part in this time around. Fantastic book going on. I want to talk a little bit about that in the beginning if we could, in part one, because I didn't get to do a live stream earlier this week. And the beer shows, Colin, the beer show that you did yesterday was fire.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely fire. You have to show up for the beer shows Friday afternoons, 4:30 Pacific time, Pacific Standard now right?
Woo!
Standard now, Pacific Standard time.
We're in it.
Haven't seen him in weeks. Will still calling him out. Beer shows, newsletter, review, preview, book club, all these fantastic things. Our sponsor for this first segment is Swell Blended. Go there, get your haircut, because the haircuts, all the things. So
Indeed.
It's helping me craft the perfection that is my hair.
The modern
With
revolutionary.
Bilbo, rewatch the beer show before this pod. Great episode.
Yeah.
It is. High five me. Yeah, you killed it. You absolutely crushed it.
Thanks, man.
I was hyping him up yesterday. I was hitting him on the Signal voice messages.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys don't use Signal, right?
Be using Signal.
Not a sponsor. Signal, if you don't know what it is a fully encrypted messaging service. You should be using it. Lots of people use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is owned by Facebook. That's why I don't use WhatsApp.
And the government's watching it.
That is why I don't use WhatsApp, because Facebook owns WhatsApp. If you don't trust Facebook, you should not trust WhatsApp.
Yeah, period.
They're all the same thing. Signal is a privately owned, individually owned company. They're doing their own shit. They're not owned by anybody else.
If you want to get hemmed up,
Rogan.
if you want to be hemmed up by the feds, use WhatsApp.
Yeah, use Signal. Dear God.
They have stories now.
I saw that.
I haven't fucked with it at all because I don't.
It's because it's you and I.
Yeah, what are we doing?
It's like 5 people that I talked to. They're all on Signal. Anybody who I speak to with any form of frequency, it's done on Signal.
No, yeah.
At all. My wife, all Signal communication. Colin, all Signal communication. Trenton, best friend, all Signal communication. Jake, all Signal.
Oh, yeah.
None of those people. I don't text anybody anymore.
Nope.
I don't do it.
No, I text my mom.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I've tried to get her to get Signal, and she just doesn't. She's she's not of the age that she needs to worry about that.
Well, and the iPhone people are real finicky about it too. They're like, well, iMessage is secure. Not as secure as Signal. It's really
not as secure.
It's not the same thing. I don't know what else to tell you. Someone else still owns all of your stuff. Like someone else is still housing all of your information on a server somewhere, and they can type into it and they can get it and they can access that. With Signal, they cannot access the information on your server. You can also auto delete all your messages, so you don't have to keep them.
Yep.
I'm a keeper.
Do it Jenny Durkin style.
Especially with you and I. Yeah, Jenny Durkin style, exactly. Especially with like you and I and Jordan, because the search function in there is a goddamn lifesaver for
it's
passwords
so
and
great.
stuff like that. We're sharing them.
Yeah, we got all manner of cool group chats.
Yeah, group chats, all that type of
and
stuff.
And honestly, for me,
the voice messages, that's how I got here.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
how I started. The voice messages are fire.
Voice messages are cool.
Yeah.
I used to not like voice notes, and now I'm like, that's the way to do it if you got something going on. But a big reason it helps me out is because it's all done through Wi-Fi and stuff, because out here, there's no fucking signal, bro.
Right.
Period. So I use Signal because I can't get no signal.
Yeah, makes sense for me. And WhatsApp also has some China watching, and also I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
not surprised. Don't use WhatsApp. Use Signal.
Yeah.
It's totally free. They're not a sponsor, but it's a fantastic service that we've been using for probably 2 years now.
Yeah. You know what you should probably do real quick? Remind everybody to reevaluate their relationship with the CCP.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great opportunity. Like Colin said, evaluate and adjust your relationship with the CCP any way that you can. Oh, dear God, this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time. If you guys have been listening for any length of time,
America.
you'll know that this whole China thing started with shoes, right? That I got mad upset that I couldn't find shoes that weren't made in China or in some type of weird Asian country. Took me forever to find a good pair of American sneakers. Here they are. Again, not a sponsor. Already beat up a little bit because I'm wearing them every single day. But this is it.
It look comfy.
These are the Soames. Yeah. They're just like Vans. It's a whole, got a neoprene tongue. It's a whole deal. So, number one, pro-America. I said on this show, I vowed I would not buy another pair of shoes that was not made in America. This is the first pair of shoes. I bought a pair of sandals. So I fucked up. I did buy a pair of sandals without thinking about it. So I did buy a pair of sandals. I'll wear that. I will wear that. I will wear that. I bought a pair of sandals. They're the leather ones. The
Birkenstock knockoffs?
The lookalikes. Yeah, the ones that I wore to Port Townsend that day. Those ones. They were like $12. I needed a pair of sandals. So I will wear that. I will wear that. I will own it right here on the show that I did do that. I have not bought a pair of sneakers since I said that, because that was really my focus. Sneakers, tennis shoes, first pair, made in America, out of Colorado. Boom. Can't recommend enough. There it is. Evaluate and adjust your relationship with the CCP. This is what it looks like. This is what this looks like, evaluating and adjusting your relationship. I no longer purchase shoes that have been made by slave fucking labor in another country.
How dare you deprive those poor children of their wages?
Yep. Fuck them kids. That's what I gotta say about that. Fuck them kids. Buy America. Buy American shoes, baby.
I'm super pro CCP right now because
super pro CCP
because I've been watching Andor on Disney, and it's so fucking good. I'm like, all right, no, I can't not watch this.
What does the CCP have to do with?
It's Disney.
Andor.
It's Disney. So they, because
they're all in bed together.
Yeah, because they're all in bed together.
All right. I'll own that. With that, let me ask you this, right? With that, let me ask you this. Coming into it. I got two of them for you. One of them is a funny one that... Funny. I don't know. Reading it now, I don't know how funny it is. It was really funny when I got asked it. I don't know how funny it is now. But Jordan requested that I ask you, and then I have a more serious one to get us into some more shit. So the first one, I don't even remember why we were talking about this. Had to be that we saw someone get attacked by a bear. Would you rather be attacked by a rapist or a bear?
Rapist.
Okay, why?
Because I could probably fight off a rapist
of
some kind. The bear's going to eat me.
Hold on.
I know what a bear does, bro. I've seen bears. Fuck a bear.
There's some more. We got to quantify this. We got to qualify it a little bit. You're definitely going to get attacked no matter what.
Okay.
Like, no matter what, you're going to be attacked. You're going to be raped. You're going to be bear attacked.
What kind of
bear? Well, let's call it a black bear. That's the most common in the area. They're not as big, right? But it's still a black bear. Still a full-grown bear.
It's still stronger than you.
Yeah, and it's not a mama with cubs. It's just a bear, but it's definitely going to attack you. You're going to be attacked by a bear, or you're going to be attacked by a rapist.
This was probably the video of that dude that got attacked by a black bear while he was climbing on a rock.
And maybe that's why
either
we
that
didn't
or
watch it, but maybe I brought
it
up. Yeah,
we also talked about that one bear attack in Chelan County. That lady got fucking mauled hard because she came across mama and cubs.
I don't remember because I was talking to Jordan about it. She was the one that asked me this question, and she didn't appreciate my answer. That's why she asked me to ask you, is because she didn't like my answer. So
did you say rapist?
No.
Oh
no. That's I want to hear your answer first, because you're definitely going to be attacked by a rapist. Or you're definitely going to be attacked by a bear. You still would choose to be.
If I get attacked by a bear, I'm going to die.
Maybe you won't. It's still open-ended whether or not you're going to die. There isn't a guarantee you will die, but you will be attacked.
Well, if we're playing the odds here at this point, then maybe get attacked by. I don't know, man. I'm not. All I know is I'm walking away from one of them, and one of them I'm probably not.
So this was I said a bear, and this is why. This is why I said this, right? Leonardo DiCaprio survived. Okay, so she even said that. She was like, you're going to get revenanted. Like, you're not going to die, but you're going to get revenanted. You're going to get fucked up. Absolutely savaged by this bear.
But if I'm walking away, I'll take the bear attack, because then I could wear that and be like, yeah, I fucking got attacked by a bear, bro.
Also, my reasoning behind it was, I feel like to be raped is going to affect me more psychologically throughout the rest of my life than being attacked by a bear. Like, if I get attacked by a bear, what are the chances that I'm going to get attacked by a bear again? Having it happen one time is so crazy statistically that it's probably never going to happen again. And I'm very unlikely to really be in a situation where it's going to happen again. But if you get raped by somebody...
Oh, not me. I'm going on a fucking vendetta at that point. All bears must die at that point. I'm going on a fucking bender. I'll finally have a good excuse to be so into bear hunting.
But my deal was with the rape. Like, I'm going to wear that psychologically probably for the rest of my life, and it's going to impact the way that I interact with people and like the way that I live my life afterwards. Whereas if I get attacked by a bear, if I'm that scared, I can just not go into the woods, and I definitely won't get attacked by a bear just in the city. Not going to happen.
Yeah,
but you could get right fucking anywhere at any time.
Yeah. And okay.
So
there it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
So that was my reasoning. It was the psychological aspect of it, of the bear attack. So
besides, I'm gonna get laid a lot after my bear attack because that's a great story.
Yes. Okay. So my second question is more serious, and I'm gonna leave it
ambiguous,
as exactly as open-ended as this, and for you to take it how you're gonna take it, and then.
Ooh, fun.
That's right. And just for YouTube, we're not...
No, God. It's never a good sign.
Just for YouTube, we're not questioning anything. There is no election denial here. I am asking a question. It is a hypothetical.
That's going to get way worse later anyway, so
it's meant to open a discussion.
Okay.
So for YouTube, okay, what is your level of confidence in this election and why?
It's the most safe and secure election since the last one, obviously.
Since the last one.
Yes. It is. We will go into it into greater detail in part 3, but
yes.
I think they were... The real question comes from like, what is a secure, and like, how much faith can you put into the system itself before you even get to the idea of how the votes tally and all that stuff? The system itself is so fucking fucked at this point from the last couple of years. I mean, it's what we got, so I guess we'll just let it roll, but I don't really believe in the validity of fucking democracy anyway, so like the entire concept of having popularity contests for representation, I think it's fundamentally skewed anyways. But as far as this current election went, it generally seems to have played out the way I think most people anticipated as far as like security goes. We had some fuckery in some places, but at the end of the day, like, it was all just mail-in shit was massive throughout the country. So who knows?
There didn't seem to be, during the 2020 election, there was swaths. I mean, immense amounts of video footage and just sus activity that happened, right? Even if you're not talking about the private videos that were taken, but where I think it was maybe in Arizona where they were like covering up the windows so people couldn't look into the elections.
There was a lot of weird shit. A lot of
really weird things that happened that I think sowed a lot of discord that helped, as far as the Stop the Steal thing, like that played really well in 2020 because there was a lot of susness around what had happened there. And I don't think necessarily, without getting too much, I don't think necessarily that played as well this time around.
No, the government got really good at making sure that stuff doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Which, the government itself, especially with their, fascist, incestuous nature with big tech that we'll talk about in the next part, they've done a really good job to make sure none of that stuff gets out. So
now, do you think that that's what it is that those videos and stuff still exist? They just are not being made as prolific as they were before? Because
I don't know.
even like Project Veritas, I saw one video of them from a guy in the dark shoving just a ton of ballots into a ballot box. But, they had 3 investigations, I think, last time, and to different individual people of ballot harvesting. The one woman in Arizona who was like paying people to vote for shit, or something to that effect.
They were on like a lower level election too,
right?
And she got hammed up.
Yeah, that was a state election. The one guy that was ballot harvesting was for the national election, and that guy had rubber bands. He had stacks of ballots that he was rolling around with.
Just being an upstanding citizen, just helping people out, bro. That's how that works. I don't know. I would assume that there would be... We saw a bunch of videos about, like, people, especially in Arizona, like, standing guard and shit over ballot boxes and,
Which is legal here. In Washington, it's illegal
it's
here.
It's voter
Can't do that,
intimidation
yeah.
or whatever, right? And which, strange, but I guess that's fine. But I don't know. It's also a midterm, so I think the level of like care a lot of people have compared to when there's, when the dictator of choice is on the menu, I think people care more about that, particularly in the last one. Whereas here, it's like, I don't think anybody's going to be trying to like, I don't know, like it doesn't make sense. The stakes aren't as high,
Right.
comparatively. So
Right.
like, yeah,
No matter what corporate media says,
it would
the
not
stakes aren't as
surprise
high.
me that there isn't much going on because I don't think many people actually fucking care at this point.
Yeah.
That's for this one. I think that's where we're at. There's probably some kind of suppression going on with some things, but at the end of the day, social media moves so fast these days, especially on Twitter. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to see those videos out there, and I'm just
Right.
not seeing them. And I would just attribute that to more of like people just don't care that much.
Yeah.
Because
Not as many eyes on.
yeah, but when we got to do fucking Trump Biden 2.0, that's gonna get rough.
I'm excited to get into that. So we're going to stop that there because we don't want to get too far into the election. The whole part
Yeah,
three
yeah,
is
yeah.
all midterms, all that type of stuff. But the thing is, interesting. I want to leave it open-ended like that, to see how you were going to answer it. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a lot of different ways to go with that. You said that you have.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
I
as
do
well,
have a
correct?
question for you. I've been thinking a lot about this, and we might have talked about it in the past at some point, but the paywalls involved in information gathering, media outlets, news outlets are becoming much more there's a lot more paywalls for previously available news sites, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the idea of pay-to-play information?
That's very interesting, especially to boil it down to that type of concept.
I mean, if the Washington Post has a massive breaking investigative report, like we went over last episode,
Right.
should you have to pay money to get access to that?
To get access to that.
Should all Americans have to pay money to take the chance at being informed?
That's very interesting. And I think it speaks to kind of the antiquated model of newspapers. That's for them to do that type of work, they have to demand a subscription. They don't have any other way to make money other than that and ads. Those are the ways they have to make money. Where new media content like this, people who want to pay and support you can do that, and you can still put out all the rest of your stuff for free. Like a lot of people do run their Substacks and stuff like that. You can still pay them. You don't have to. You can still read all of their stuff, but also you can pay me here, and you can do that.
Because thinking back at it, newspapers have always cost money.
Always
cost money.
Always. The
And so it's
subscriptions
always
were
been
not
a
always
thing.
this much,
Yeah.
but they've always cost money.
So it's been a thing I've been thinking about.
I don't think that there should be a fiscal barrier to accessing information. And I think that speaks to the credit of the validity, maybe not the credit, of some of the smaller news companies that will take those articles and just repost them on their own website. Like that's
Yahoo is really good with that,
which
is fun.
That's the way to go about that, because to get around that, because I agree there is a definite issue when something of such high importance. The Intercept is a great example. If you go to the Intercept to read that article, all you have to do is put your email address in and let them send you emails. They then give you another slide where you can pay them money to support them, or you can press the X and you can still read the entire fucking article.
Yeah.
And I think that again speaks to the goal and the intentions and the differences in those things between those two companies. That if you look at the Intercept and you look at the New York Times or the Washington Post is meant to make money. That is an elitist organization that if we're writing about you, it's because this is what we think people should know about. This is what we think we want. This is what we want people to know about you and what we want people to know. The Intercept is this is a piece of information that you should know about. And if you would like to support us because we're doing that, that would be excellent. It will help us make more content just like this. But we are not going to deny you the ability to see this because it's vital that you have this information. The Washington Post thinks that it's vital that you subscribe to the Washington Post.
Well, it also, when you think about, for them to exist as an entity, they have to make some kind of money, right?
Yes.
And to fund expensive things like investigative journalism, take away all the bias aside and all this, especially what these institutions have become. But like, without some form of like a decent amount of cash, some kind of, capital that you have on hand, you can't do any of that stuff. And then you just don't exist at all. So it's an interesting concept, right? Which I think essentially I have an answer for this. And it's just nationalize it, bro. Just nationalize it.
Just nationalize it.
Just nationalize it. We'll have the government pay for all the things.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, show dogs.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, my gosh.
Hi, everyone.
All the dogs are here.
Yodi? Okay, bye.
Yep, he's like, I'm out.
That's fine.
Bye, Felicia.
Yep, Mom's here.
Woo! Oh, so this, speaking of rag newspapers,
yes.
I wanted to show you this news article I came across today.
Let's do these beers first.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
do
these
that.
Beers. Yeah. So we got 2 beers here. What we're going to do... Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Hello.
Hello.
We are, and have been for some time, fans of a combination beer called Space Bloods, which is...
It's our name.
Yes, that is our names. That's right, because the one they came up with is not as good.
It's stupid.
Bloody Blood Dust or something like that. It's not as good.
No. Fuck. Is it the Fuzz Duster? Yeah. Fuck
not
all
good.
that.
No, not good. Space Blood is a way better name.
Way better.
Anyway, we love this beer, and that is 2 beers from Elysian. That is the Super Fuzz Pale Ale, Blood Orange Pale Ale, and what is it called? The double IPA?
Space Dust.
Space Dust. Thank you. And the Space Dust double IPA, half and half. It's a fantastic beverage.
Fantastic.
Absolutely
beer.
fantastic.
Yeah.
What Colin has for us today is 2 other beers. This is from Boneyard Beer. This is the Incredible Pulp, right? This is a Blood Orange Extra Pale Ale. This is called the Hop Venom. This is a double IPA. We're going to mix these.
Yeah.
We're going to try it out. We're going to give them a little sippy sip first.
Yeah. And if it's worthy, we're going to have to dub a new name.
We're going to name it. Okay.
Let me try this here, Blood Orange. And I think both of these are doubles. Well, no, this is 6%, so I don't know why they call it an extra pale ale. Cheers. Cheers, fellas. I can talk today. Ooh,
That one's not bad.
That's very light. Very light.
That one is a little bit, it's lighter than Space Dust is. It has definitely the deep note of it because just the double aspect of the IPA, but it doesn't feel as heavy on my palate.
No. What's going on with this? What is this? They almost taste like, this is 9% beer. It does not taste like it. They taste like gluten-free beers.
Wow, this is really good.
Right? That is really good. But we got a good, strong hoppy flavor, so I imagine, but the blood orange flavor in that's pretty strong.
Yes.
So I think this is going to be interesting.
Real bitter, but not hoppy bitter.
Yeah. So we have Hop Venom. And which one is that?
This is the Incredible Pulp.
The Incredible Pulp. So I wonder, what the hell do we call this thing? I have a feeling it's going to be tasty.
Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
What should we name this beer?
I'll let you just do all the magic over there.
Okay.
Boom.
There we go.
Incredible Pulp.
Should do for that.
I like that fucking squeeze action going on. Boneyard. Yeah, I saw these cases and I was like, oh, these are really cool. I'm going to grab a couple of these. And I was like, wait a minute. This says blood orange. It's like they have to have an IPA. Oh, they have an IPA.
That's dope.
We're going to try to mix them. Look at you over there fucking bartending. What are you, Tom Cruise, bro?
Cocktail, baby, cocktail. That's what the movie's called, right?
That is what that movie is called.
I like it.
And it's a great movie. I watched a good Tom Cruise movie the other day.
What'd you watch?
Whoo!
Keep going. I watched a movie last night. I forgot. I watched a movie last night. I completely
How did you do that?
Because I fucking stayed up until 12:30, bitch. That's how. That's how. Let's hear. Tom Cruise movie.
Tom Cruise, and the Jamie Lannister dude, he's in it, and then Morgan Freeman's in it, and it's called Oblivion.
Okay. I've not seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
I hadn't seen it for a long time, but it's been all over these streaming services.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of a mind fuck.
What's it about?
It's about
Part 1, baby. Part 1.
Part 1.
I fucking love this show.
Amen.
God damn it, I'm happy to be here.
Cheers. Let's do this.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you. God damn it, thank you.
Ooh, it smells good. Is it going to ride?
Oh, yeah.
It rides.
Oh, yeah.
I think I might like this better than the standard Space Blood.
It's a little bit lighter. It's not as heavy, bro.
You get more flavors going on.
The beer itself is way clearer than either of the other two Elysian beers.
And so this is 9 plus 6%. So it probably levels out to about 7.5. I would imagine 7.5%.
Space Dust is like 10%, right?
No. Space Dust is like 8.6 or something like that. It's pretty close.
Let's find out.
This is probably stronger than that.
Giving it a goog.
Give it a goog, J-Mo. But yeah, Oblivion is about Tom Cruise and I can't remember the actress.
8.2. Wow. Really?
You know what? What am I doing? Let's pull it up on the IMDb's here.
Yeah.
IMDb. How many people do not know about IMDb? Because it bothers me.
You're the one that told me about it. Yeah, I didn't know about it
So
until...
good.
Oh,
dude. John Wick Chapter 4 is coming out.
I saw that.
I'm so
I
excited.
only watched the first John Wick. Have the other ones been good?
Yeah.
They hold up still?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're
Not
pretty
as good,
campy
but-
as you go along. The first one is solid. It's fucking hard. But the other ones are kind of campy, but it's kind of fun. They build this little world of assassins and shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here.
Common's in that movie,
Oblivion. Oblivion. Common? I believe so.
Yeah.
There's like an
The
all-star
rapper.
cast and all those things.
John Wick 2 is the best Wick movie. I've only seen the first one.
Oh, bro, they're
Yeah,
so much fun.
Deal.
Yeah,
I'll check them out.
they're real fun. So 2013,
Yes.
longer movie than I anticipated too. It was nice over 2 hours. But a veteran assigned to
Is that the
extract
Pentagon?
Earth's remaining resources begins to question what he knows about his mission and himself. So Tom Cruise, along his co-star, what's her name? Riseborough? Yeah, Andrea Riseborough. She's great in it. But
Like a post-apocalyptic movie?
yeah, the two of them live in this big tower, right? This big tower, and they're there like on a mission. Earth's been all fucked up after wars because there's an alien invasion at some point.
Okay.
And their whole job is to like maintain these drones that fly around and like kind of like protect these giant resource extraction machines that are all around the world. They're sucking up seawater and stuff, and they're supposedly supposed to be like redoing the environment so that humans can eventually come back, right?
Okay.
But in the meantime, there's this big mothership up there. It hangs out right around Earth.
They run the drones.
And
The mothership does?
well, they're like automatic or whatever.
Okay.
But so yeah, their whole goal is just to kind of maintain the drones, and they're there kind of mopping up the aliens and stuff that are still on Earth and all this stuff. And turns out that like he kind of gets suspicious about something going on. He's like getting memory flashbacks of stuff that he doesn't really remember, and it turns out,
Classic Tom
spoiler
Cruise.
alert, that things are not what they seem to be, and it turns out that like the aliens are actually the humans, survivors from the original alien invasion, and the alien is like an AI that hangs out up in this fucking mothership and is actually siphoning all the resources and energy from Earth. And Tom Cruise and his co-star have had their fucking memories wiped, and so they think they're there protecting the Earth, but really they're like killing all the fucking human resistance left on the planet.
Ooh.
And there's like all these towers all around the globe, right? And they're all run by Tom Cruise and his co-star because they're clones of two people that were abducted back in the original space mission to like go check out what this alien object was in space. And so he ends up running into himself at some point. And it's fucking, it's deep layered. I mean, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I was super jazzed about
like
it. It was a great movie. Highly recommend.
I like it.
Tom Cruise just does not do me wrong. Big fan of Tom Cruise movies.
Dig it.
So what did you watch?
Last night, I watched All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh!
I watched it.
Did you watch it
I was
subbed or
able to
dubbed?
watch it. Both.
Both.
Subbed and dubbed.
Okay. So did they speak it to English or
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's subbed and dubbed.
Oh.
I always have subtitles on,
Yeah.
but it was dubbed on Netflix. And I'm
Okay.
sure you can adjust the language
yeah.
to make it
The
not
original one is in German,
but-
I'm fairly sure.
that. Yes. But that's just how it played. When I played it, that's just how it played. And I didn't adjust any of the settings. It just played so.
That's fine. No judgment.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
It was fucking incredible.
Great movie.
Oh, it was incredible.
The trailer was wild.
First of all, the imagery obviously incredible, right? Just the raw imagery of it all. But
so this is World War One.
Uno, and it's a German movie, right? So,
so
stupidly, when I watched that, I didn't think it's going to be about Germany, which is really dumb. But I just didn't. Just like it's just a German movie about World War One because we live in America. Every fucking war movie I see about World War One or Two is about America. It's like also Germany fucking sucks. So that's not how this movie was. Obviously, it's very pro-German in the beginning.
That's great.
It's all about the youth and stuff like that. Yeah. So if I was one guy and his like, little group of friends from their first day signing up all the way through to their to Armistice Day, which, as it turns out, was yesterday. I happened to watch this movie that ends on Armistice Day.
Which is also Veterans Day?
Yes, that's so in America, it's Veterans Day because we use it as a way to honor everybody who served. Around the world in Europe,
we're so inclusive.
It's like VE Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really just about all the people who died. In America, it's about all of the veterans who've ever served ever.
Interesting.
Over there, it's just about the dudes who are dead.
Because we have that for Memorial Day.
Right. We have a different day for that. So for them, it's still just Armistice Day. That's what it is. Armistice Day.
Armistice.
It's a weird word. Yeah. The 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month.
Whoa.
Yes. That's how they decided. That's when... A great aspect of this movie.
The rule of 11s is strong.
Very weird, right? One of the great aspects of this movie is it shows kind of the backdoor dealings between the French and the Germans and their interactions and their peace dealings to try and get things done. And the way that the French pretty much had their middle fingers up the entire time. That was like, this is the deal. You will take it or we will fucking murder you. And we don't care. That was... According to this movie, the ideology of the French is just like, listen, we will win eventually. And if you want us to keep killing people, then we'll keep killing people. But this is how this is going to break down.
The meat grinder.
So, yeah, when the Germans first showed up on the train, they're shitting on them. Like, why the fuck is this guy even here? What are you doing here? Made him say out loud. One of these guys say out loud, we're here to seek an armistice. He said it, coded language a couple of different ways. The French guy's like, fuck you. Tell me what you want. Or we're not doing anything. So it made him say straight out, I'm here to ask you for an armistice because, Germans are dying and every hour that we delay this is just hundreds of people that are dying. Showed the ridiculous ways that people were losing their lives over there. The horrific,
it's gross.
The horrific aspects of just the way that they lived in that time. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was absolutely wild. It was a fantastic movie. Yeah. And it was similar to some of the other ones, like when we were talking about And the Whole Mountain Burned, right? It's not, that's about these guys trying to exist in this time and the things that they dealt with. It's not about one specific thing, it's just about this time of them trying to survive and all the different stuff that they dealt with. Very, very good.
Nice.
Very, very interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. Cannot recommend it enough.
What year is that?
2022.
It just came out.
It's like brand new.
Yeah. Let's pull it up.
IMDb it. Yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
All quiet. Well, I can type today too.
It ends, the last part of the movie is on Armistice Day. And the Germans launch an attack, legit. And I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know World War One well enough to know. But the Germans launch an attack 15 minutes before the armistice begins. Yeah. 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, everyone's gonna stop shooting each other, and they're like, "Fucking go for it."
Oh yeah.
What? What are you talking about? What is going on? Yeah, just don't care. And it was a huge difference between the ideology of the dude running the actual military, the czar or whatever, whoever the fuck that is, and the people who are running the peace deal in the back. Doing the peace deal, people are dying left and right. We cannot afford this anymore. We're not going to have enough people in Germany if it continues this way. And the guy running the military is like, no, fuck it. We're doing it. We are doing this. We are fully invested. And so that's 15 minutes before they launch an attack. And so there are people literally watching their pocket watches, just clicking the time down. Yes, people are doing hand-to-hand battle as the seconds are winding down to when people literally just take their hands off and walk away.
Damn.
What are we talking about? How does something like that exist? How as human beings have we allowed ourselves to exist in a world and create circumstances where you know for a fact in 15 minutes we're all going to stop and you're still going to fight? You're still going to fight.
Yep.
You're still going to fucking fight.
That's
in
what they
2
did.
minutes, they're going to tell me to stop, and I'm going to stop because that's what I'm supposed to do. But until then, I'm going to continue to murder people. What are you talking about?
Bro.
It just doesn't. It's so beyond my level of comprehension and reasoning skills. And there's something to be said about that. When you're that deep into it, those dudes aren't thinking.
No.
They've been bought in this for so long. They're like, I'm going to die. If I don't do this, I will die.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't blame those people.
If I don't try to kill this dude, he's going to try to kill me.
It surprises me that as human beings we could allow ourselves to exist in circumstances like that, where we all logically know if I can make it 3 minutes, I'm not going to die, but you're still going to continue to try and kill other people.
That's weird.
I can't comprehend. That's what I'm saying. Because as I think about that, if someone told me, if I know in 15 minutes it's going to be done, but still you need to start running right now, I would probably leave that foxhole and just lay down somewhere. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. If I can make it 14 minutes, I don't have to kill anybody else. I don't have to shoot my fucking gun again. I don't have to do anything else. If I just don't die for 14 minutes. Because the vast majority of those people don't want to kill anybody.
No.
You don't want to do that. Some people they're conditioned for it. There is what it is. It is. Nobody wants to do that. You know, it's crazy.
It's funny too because when this is late stage Great War, right? So this is like peak mechanical intervention, and the guns are highest. Yes,
machine guns.
This is the same exact war that started off with like horse-mounted cavalry with fucking sabers and single-shot rifles. I mean, this was a different. This was the
brand new. They're dropping hand grenades and railroad spikes out of a plane because they don't know how else to use them.
Yeah,
like we got to do something because we have this technology. But we don't know exactly how to implement it yet.
Dan Carlin has a amazing series on World War II or World War I, and it's called The Blueprint for Armageddon.
Yes,
and it's fucking phenomenal, dude.
Yes,
it changed everything. It was the giant leap in warfare that, you know, and it all started out one way and then it completely shifted. And, you know, when you're starting off with horseback cavalry,
right,
and then you're ending with fucking tanks and poison gas
Sherman
and machine guns,
stuff like that. Yeah,
bro.
I remember from listening to Blueprint for Armageddon when he was talking about describing the railroad cannon.
Yes,
the railroad artillery piece that the Germans had. That, I mean, is, you know, a quarter mile long or some such shit, because this just the technology at the time that if you're going to launch something that big, you need something this big. And he was talking about people and they have to put cotton in their ears and they have to fire the cannon with their mouths open, because if they don't, they'll blow their fucking eardrums out. What are you talking about? What are we talking about here?
Look at that fucking beast.
Yes. This is how the Germans are laying siege to the Belgians. The Belgians. Yes, because the Belgians have these enormous walls that just surround like all of their important shit.
Yeah, this was back when still like this is the age when